Hey everyone, Oberon Rework is coming, and now I want to propose some suggestions for the rework. So basically, Oberon has few problems. First of all, there are some bad design decisions, but mostly his abilities are just too weak. His free doesn't heal that much. His ultimate is too complicated and doesn't do that much. His 2 doesn't do that much. His 1 should deal damage, but doesn't do that much. His passive should make his companions kind of better, but they are not that much better. So, how to change it? First of all, is passive. All enemies in affinity range would drop health orbs at some chance, I suggest 10%, and would, when picked up within the range, have double the effect, and would also increase the max HP of the wearer for 10 health points, so that Oberon and his allies would have some scaling. His 1, instead of the initial damage being 0, will now be 35% of the enemy's max health, meaning that if you apply viral, you can potentially kill him. Also, the additional orbs would no longer the damage will be split between the enemies. It would now be instead 10% of the target's max health, and each orb would deal this 10%. The damage would scale, however, the number of orbs would no longer scale. Then we have here hollowed ground, which the issue is that the angle is terrible, the range is terrible, so just make it 360, why not? The radius increase to 20. Currently, Nyx has Chaos with a range of 25. It's one cast ability, and that's kind of the downside. This is static ability, but 50 meters is just too little. Increase it to 20 to be kind of competitive. Also, increase the damage 10 times, because all the damages on Warframes are currently outdated. We need to buff them to be kind of work in Steel Path. Just do 10 times the damage. The status chance is also only 15. Make it to 50, and both the damage and status chance would scale with the ability strength. Then renewable would be significantly changed. There would no longer be any conditional stuff like armor, and also here, what is here? The armor reaction. It would just overall at default would no longer have any conditional things. If you use this ability and this, it would be great. Now, just simple abilities, but better. His free would now heal 20% of the target's health. The drain per second would be static, it would be higher, it would be 10 per second, but it would be static. And the radius would be now affinity range, so that now if you see icon of your ally, you know that you are healing him. Also, if ally is down and he is within your affinity range, you are constantly reviving him. Kind of like the Oshigami Eyes, or however it's called, the ability, if you look at someone, you revive him. This will work the same way, but you no longer need to look at him, you will just be in affinity range and it will revive him. Also, it will work on you in a way that it will work like current Phoenix Renewal, which would instantly revive you, only you, but it would work instantly, but there will be the 90-second cooldown. Then the last thing on this renewal, the Phoenix Renewal would be changed. If ally is downed or you are downed, you get 10% damage reduction while under effect of renewal. So eventually, if you or your allies die too much, you kind of adapt to the damage and get less damage for the rest of the mission. The max damage reduction is 90%. Then Reckoning, it will be changed again to damage 10 times, why not? And also the augments damage 10 times the damage, because like 300 damage per second, it's terrible, make it 3000. Same case in this, like 1000 damage, what it is, it's like one 10 weapon attack. No, make it 12,000 at base. And also the radius is kind of bad. Actually, no, upgrading it higher might be too OP. So maybe keeping 15 is okay. But I would remove the health drop chance because it would work too great with passive and people will be spamming this, like even if they don't need to use the ability. It would now also deal 50% damage vulnerability, and it would apply viral proc to the listed enemies. Also, the ability would be split into two sections, into lift section and put down section. There will be duration. and it will work kind of like currently rally, where before it sucked enemies in and dropped them away. Now it's gonna pull them up, and you can put them down, or after some time they are just dropped down. And yeah, the armor reaction would still be there, but you would no longer need to put hollow ground on the enemies for it to work. So this is the suggested changes for Oberon. I think that this would make him much better and much more fun, and yeah, it will be competitive Warframe, at least slightly. It would still keep his like current vibes. He will still have damage. He would still have CC. He would still have armor strip. He would still have healing, and he would still have like ally or companion. Would also work on them. Synergy, but all of these things would be much better, much stronger, much more usable, and much more in line with the current meta. Let me know what you think, and yeah, hopefully Oberon will get great reward. Thanks for watching.